In August, Michael Irvin joined teammate Troy Aikman in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And as soon as Emmitt Smith is eligible, he'll undoubtedly join Aikman and Irvin in Canton, reuniting, arguably, the best quarterback, running back, receiver combination in NFL history, the Triplets.
Facing the building.
When Michael Irvin arrived in Dallas in 1988, Ray Alexander was the Cowboys' go-to receiver. The equally anonymous Steve Pellor was the starting quarterback. And the star running back was last seen performing with the Fort Worth Ballet. After a 3-13 season, Jerry Jones took over the team in 1989. He hired a new coach and drafted a new quarterback with the #1 overall pick, Troy Aikman.
How about it, Troy? Everything going all right?
I think I sensed the specialness of Aikman right away when he wore Clyde Simmons and Reggie White one afternoon. I mean, he put them on at noon and he took them off about 3:15. They just beat the living hell out of him.
Oh, merciful heaven.
Setting up, and he's sacked again. They've got him.
And he just took it. He took it. He got up, he went back to the sidelines, he came back for more.
Aikman was tough. His personality, mostly reserved. Michael Irvin, on the other hand,
you know, Michael's cut from a different cloth. From an outsider looking in, he appears arrogant. The first down signals and the hands up, a guy that you would think would have himself ahead of the team. And you couldn't be further from the truth. He was the guy that could light the spark.
A pleasant surprise for the Cowboys was the early chemistry between the flamboyant receiver and the stoic quarterback.
Troy was demanding as a quarterback of this team. He knew what it would take to be a champion. And when I saw he and Michael Irvin becoming such close friends, I understood more about what Michael Irvin was about, because I knew you don't get that close to Troy. You don't get his respect unless you've gone out there and earned it.
Throwing for Irvin, left corner of the end zone. He caught it for a touchdown. It's an unbelievable catch.
You could blindfold Troy Aikman and blindfold Michael Irvin and say run a 5 route, and I guarantee you they would complete 5 out of 10 of them, blindfolded. Just because he was always in the same spot and the ball came out at the exact same time.
It couldn't have been thrown any better.
But the Cowboys still lost. There was one piece of the puzzle missing. In the spring of 1990, Emmitt Smith showed up in polka dots, and the Triplets were born.
I think it's pretty remarkable that in 3 consecutive drafts, the Cowboys took a wide receiver better than Drew Pearson, a quarterback better than Roger Staubach, and a running back better than Tony Dorsett.
Let the mind control the body, not the body controlling the mind. Right, Emmitt?
Exactly.
That's it.
It was perfect harmony, mind, body, and spirit. Together, the Triplets transformed the Cowboys from a has-been to a once-again.
Right, Irvin crossing pattern, got it. Might go 45, 40, 30 to the 20. A man to beat. Woodson will get him at the 10. Irvin breaks free. Michael Irvin scores. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Showtime.
Michael, Troy, and Emmitt were in the heyday. We all got a spot on that bench and watched that big jumbotron. We were getting our water, but we were peeking up, watching to see what they were doing, because we knew they were doing something special.
Draw play, Smith up the middle. Bounces at the 10, to the 5, cut to the right, cut to the left.
Oh, no!
Emmitt Smith.
Whoa, yeah! Unbelievable run!
Recently, the Triplets sat down to reflect on why ego never got in the way.
I think a lot of the losing first really helped cement the way we handled the winning. You know what I'm saying? Because we had some tough times early.
Michael was 3-13 his rookie season. I was 1-15, and then Emmitt came in 1990, and he was 7-9. So, you know, unlike some other tandems in football, we all enjoyed our successes together. You know, I mean, I had enjoyed no level of success without Michael or without Emmitt.
We needed one another, and we knew that we couldn't be at our very best without one another on the football field.
When we return, the Triplets get personal.
If there's one thing that I would change about Michael, I would probably tone down his clothing a little bit.
You never had a hat box, though, right? I mean, you never took up extra overhead luggage with a hat box, did you?
I'm not big into hats.
He's not big into hats.
Emmett took a hat box?
Yeah, I had a hat box.
Yeah, he had a hat box. We're all fighting for overhead luggage space. And Emmett's got his own little hat box.
Rarely have you ever seen a player willing to work as hard as Michael Irvin has. He used to go through the Cowboys locker room completely naked, spread his arms wide, and say, "You guys can work toward a body like this one. You will fail. You will not get a body like this one, but this is what you can work for."
Early on in my career, I relied on my talent all the time. And then Michael actually showed me how to work, got me in the weight room, showed me how to work. I learned those things from this man right here. And so,
you mean when you were asleep in all the meetings?
Well, I'm gonna do that regardless.
Yeah, it was.
There's only so much you can learn.
He was asleep in every meeting. There was never a time that I would look back and Emmett, and I would look at Troy. Troy was like, it's like Emmett, he's knocked out. But you hand him the ball, he's going for 150 yards.
He may have slept through meetings, but Emmitt Smith tore through defenses, winning 4 NFL rushing titles.
Touchdown, Cowboys! Handoff, Smith coming right.
I remember one play, you had an incredible run, and it was just so like you, Emmett. Bounced off this guy.
Absolutely ridiculous.
I ran over, I said, God, man, you know, I wanted to share with you, that was the greatest run I've ever seen. Oh, way to go, way to go. And you just turned to me like, how'd you see that? You should have been blocking somebody. I was like,
Aikman straight drop sets.
The Cowboys' all-time leading receiver was not paid to block.
Touchdown, and who do you think it is? Michael Irvin.
He wanted the ball often.
There were so many times during the course of a game to where, you know, maybe Michael wasn't as involved as what he wanted to be at that point, and he'd come over and say, you know, he was getting a lot of coverage, and hey, I don't care if there's 3 guys on me, you throw it up to me, and I'm going to go make a play.
Just get me the rock. I don't care what play. Get me the rock. I'll take care. Get me double team. Get that. Get me double team.
And I'd have to tell him, Michael, I'm not throwing it up to you. If there's 3 guys, I'm not throwing it up to you. You know, I mean, it's going to get intercepted, and then we're going to, you know, this and that, and he'd be upset about it. And I think when you know, the whole playmaker thing, and, you know, first of all, Michael named himself that. You know, that's Mike. You know,
What I do? Make plays. Nothing but make plays, baby.
everyone saw the showmanship and the charisma that he had, and the emotion in which he played, and that was at a time to where celebrations weren't even quite taken to where they are in today's game. I'm actually really thankful that some of the things that are occurring in today's game weren't going on at the time, because Michael would have been cutting edge, and we would have always been arguing, Michael, you're going to get us a penalty here. You can't do this. And I know Michael, he sits there sometimes, and when some of these receivers do some of the things they do, I know that he's sitting there thinking, man, why didn't I think of some of that?
The playmaker could walk the walk and talk the talk. And no one learned that better than the Cardinals' Lorenzo Lynch.
Played Phoenix right here. Lorenzo Lynch, the cornerback, was over there talking noise, big time noise before the game. I mean, talking about, playmaker, you're not going to catch nothing today. You're not going to catch nothing the whole day. I'm shutting you down. The very first series, I think Troy threw
second play of the game.
Second play of the game threw a 6 route.
No, it's 5 route.
5 route.
87 yards.
87 yards for a touchdown.
Right.
And Michael Irvin goes 87 yards. Touchdown, Cowboys. Deep ball on a hitch to Irvin, and it's caught. Touchdown. Thank you very much yet again.
End up that day with 210.
210, 3 touches.
3 touchdowns.
Something like that. Right around there somewhere.
We're not keeping up with nothing.
Somewhere up in there. Somewhere.
Ate him up.
And I lashed into him the whole game. One time, Emmett came over and said, Michael, leave that boy alone. Just stop it. Just stop it, man. Because I was talking to him. I was killing him,
just
man.
Killing him. There's another moment, but I don't even want to share this one.
What is that?
Scott Case sitting on the hash.
My quarterback wasn't in the game.
Troy wasn't playing.
He wasn't playing.
Troy get hurt against Philly the week before, and Babe Laufenberg come in. He back it up.
You're going to do it. You're going to do it. You'll play well.
And so Michael runs a 4 route, and Case is sitting on the hash. Babe throws the ball. Case clacks him. Mike's on the ground, helmet over heel. Mike getting up, he rolling up his legs and pull off his glove this way, pull off his glove this way. He stands up, all proud, looking like a gazelle and everything. And he started walking to the Atlanta Falcons bench. He's not completely out. He's not completely out. And he smiled. He got this smile on his face like, yeah, I'm all right. Yeah, I'm all right. So I grabbed him by the arm and I say, hey, partner, you need to go to the other side.
When we return.
This was our quarterback. And we had the most respect for our quarterback and our leader.
Michael Irvin was the spirit, ego, and voice of America's team.
The only way we're going to get what we want to get is everybody be held accountable. Get your damn job done today.
But there was no question which player was in charge of the Dallas Cowboys.
This man right here was our leader. There was no doubt, no wavering whatsoever. And we took pride in protecting our leader. And we fought for our leader.
There was never and never will be a time that anybody went against our quarterback. We kept that in order. And that's exactly what it is. It's order. He's a no-nonsense type of guy. There's no room for error.
Damn it!
And we needed our leader to be that way.
Hey, guys, that's a embarrassment out there. That's a damn embarrassment. We can't block anybody up the down or hugging the ball early. Junior League.
I think the beauty of Troy's leadership and his focus is best shown by the fact that when people talk about Troy now, they'll say, I never thought he'd be good on TV. That's because we never saw the Troy that's on TV. We saw game-faced Troy. It would go on the 23rd of July. It would come off the 5th of February.
The Triplets wouldn't be the Triplets if it wasn't for Troy, because he's the one guy who kind of stepped back and let numbers go by the wayside to win championships.
The big night, guys. Let's compete. Win on three. 1, 2, 3. Win.
Emmett had a desire to be the #1 rusher of all time.
He's got the NFL rushing championship.
You know, Michael wanted to be the best receiver in the game. You need numbers for that. Troy wanted to win, and that's all it was about.
By 1992, that's about all the Cowboys were doing. Smith won his second straight rushing title. Irvin had the second most receiving yards, and Aikman enjoyed career highs in completions, yards, and touchdown passes. It was the only season in which he threw for more than 20 touchdowns. And in Super Bowl 27, he threw 4 touchdown passes and won the MVP award. The next year, Smith was both the regular season and Super Bowl MVP.
Touchdown, Emmitt Smith. And Dallas, how do you feel about a second Super Bowl? 2 in a row. How sweet it is. And now the question, can they have a three-peat? Yeah.
In 1994, the Cowboys went to their 3rd straight NFC championship. For the Triplets, it was their defining moment.
The game that I remember the most, that I think about the most, is that game.
If we win that game, we probably win 4 Super Bowls in a row.
Back to throw again is Aikman. Some pressure. Gets the pass away. Eric Davis picks it off. Touchdown 49ers! 49ers, after 7.5 minutes of this game, lead 20-0.
As we sit here, and of course, we took a lot of the credit for a lot of success we had. It was our Three Stooges plays that put us 21 points down also. You see what I'm saying?
Ball is caught and knocked down. Yes, it is a fumble. 49ers pick it up.
I've never been more proud following a game than what I was in that game, because we had every opportunity to just lay it down and quit, and no one did.
Let me make up for my mistake. And Aikman to Irvin goes 44 yards, and the game might be on yet.
Hey, wait, listen. It's a lot. I'm in football now.
You know, Michael's still out there catching passes. Emmett's still out there running.
Touchdown, Emmitt Smith. The Dallas Cowboys, despite being down 21-0, have kept fighting back.
It sent a message. To me, the message was, no matter what success we've had, this is still important to us. We want to win, fight for one another, and we're not quitting. When you see that come out, that is the essence of truly what sports is all about to me.
We in this game! Damn it, we in this game!
You don't see character in victories. You see character in defeat. Aikman got beaten up, kept getting up, and Irvin lining up against Deion Sanders catching 12 balls, and the two of them single-handedly bringing that team back.
Bootleg right, a block from Newton. He throws it in the end zone to Irvin for a touchdown.
We were this close from turning that whole thing around, which probably would have been our greatest victory. We've experienced Super Bowls, and those are great times, but the times that really tie you together are those low times that you come close to each other. It was a low time for us, but it was one of those times that tied us even closer.
It was as difficult a loss as I've ever experienced because there was so much at stake, but yet I don't know that I'd give that one back because I think it identified who we were.
Let's go from the Alpha to the Omega. Let's go out here, kick these Pittsburgh Steelers up and down the field, and go home and enjoy the for a full year.
In 1995, the Triplets fought their way back to the Super Bowl. It would be their third title in just 4 years.
Second and goal from the 4. Hand off Emmitt Smith on the right-hand side. Touchdown. Emmitt Smith scores.
And Dallas, you can celebrate because your Cowboys are world champions again.
No dynasty lasts forever. While egos never clashed in the Triplets' rise to the top, they were not immune to injury or distraction. Michael Irvin was arrested for cocaine possession a month after Super Bowl 30. He was suspended for the first 6 games of 1996.
He had pushed the envelope, and I think we all looked the other way, and, well, that's just Michael being Michael. You know, he'll figure this one out. And he didn't, and there was an impact on the team.
I said, Michael, you know, I keep telling everybody what a great guy you are, but you're making it really, really hard on me to do this.
The fact is, the Cowboys' success depended on the Triplets. They were 94 and 42 when all 3 were in the lineup, 19 and 22 when any one of them was missing.
You know, we're not good enough. We're not as good as we used to be, continually overcome that.
After 10 seasons together, the threesome was broken up for good on October 10th, 1999.
Oh, there's a Cowboy down. I couldn't see what the deal was, but Michael Irvin hasn't gotten up yet. Uh-oh, that looks bad.
Irvin made a full recovery, but his spinal injury ended his playing career.
Michael was still coming around the team for the rest of that season and was still trying to fire up the guys and on a couple different occasions, talk to the group in the locker room. But, it just wasn't the same not having him on the field, and it never was the same. We never did fill that void.
Aikman himself retired a year later after his 10th concussion. But there would be one more moment of glory for Emmitt Smith.
Emmitt Smith has eclipsed Walter Payton as the NFL's all-time rushing leader.
Emmett was my roommate, and I remember him talking about becoming the all-time leading rusher when he was a rookie. I thought he was crazy, and hopefully he didn't share that with anybody else, but he had talked about these things. So for me to stand on that sideline when he broke that record, that was incredible for me.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you, man.
I love you, man.
In 1990, the night of the draft, I come in with my little polka dotted outfit on. And I come right out that tunnel right there. And I looked up and I saw those guys' name up on that Ring of Honor. And one day I said, I'm gonna have my name up on the Ring of Honor someday.
Emmitt Smith got his wish in 2005. Fittingly, he did not go in alone.
Michael Irvin, Troy Aikman, and Emmitt Smith will see their names take a permanent place with the other members of the Dallas Cowboys Ring of Honor.
They took great pride when Jerry put them in the Ring of Honor as the Triplets. The fact they were going in together, because none of them ever looked at one of them being more important than the other.
Between them, the triplets earned 19 Pro Bowl selections. Together, they won 3 Super Bowl titles. And in 2007, Michael Irvin joined Troy Aikman in the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
The jacket looks good.
It fits good.
Emmitt Smith will surely join them as soon as he is eligible in 2010.
I played with some of the best to ever be around this game. For example, Emmitt Smith, the all-time leading rusher. Emmitt, you're an inspiration to so many.
So Emmitt will be the last one to come in, and you better believe I'm looking forward to that moment, buddy. Because we can't write our stories separate of each other.
And the third member of the triplets is Troy Aikman. Troy Aikman led us to 3 Super Bowls. When I say led, I mean led. These men, they inspired me to become the player that I became.
They are permanently linked. 3 of the best players of their generation who happened to play for the same team.
I don't think we all realized at the time how spoiled we were to have 3 superb Hall of Famers all right there together. That was a magical time for the Dallas Cowboys.
I get to walk away saying there's no way I can write my story without these 2 guys. No way they can write their story without me. And for me, that's everything. And it's played significant roles in my life, and I absolutely love that. I love it when I come in this stadium and see our names back there together. We will forever be known as the Triplets.